Oh, hey, we're live.
Welcome to the first episode of this podcast.
That
We're here
sounded
with
very scripted.
Arvin and Rahul Fan and YFC.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
So maybe next week we'll get Jake Bassinger on.
Hopefully.
is Irishman supposed to hop on?
I don't think he'll be on today, but maybe another one. All right, let's talk about the truck race.
And
Who wants to go first?
Well,
I will
Tyler,
just talk about the Nally Decker and Spencer Boyd incident, the best moment of the truck race, if you ask me. Don't look it up on Twitter and you'll see what I mean.
The hat throw.
the hat. You know, with that hat throw, Spencer Boyd decided to make merchandise based off his hat.
and I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna see if I can buy one of them.
Actually,
But,
I should get Natalie Decker to sign it. I should get her to
Yeah, you
sign
should.
my
Yes.
hat.
I don't
for once in
think
her life, she didn't wreck herself. I think she got wrecked, I'll be honest. I think that Spencer Boyd kind of took
I
her
don't
out
know.
when
See,
he came
like
up.
I can see Decker's side of it, but I also see Spencer Boyd because you got to think, they're going into a corner on the apron. You can't really make a corner without causing a stack up when you're on the bottom like that. You got to move up.
Yeah.
Decker could have given some room, but then again, I see where, Spencer did kind of
So
screw
like ever
her
since
up.
last year, that
Not in a weird
54
way, of
truck
course. Not in a weird.
has wrecked in like every race.
yeah.
I think
I
no.
feel
There was
like-
one race she did not wreck in. That was Iowa.
That's the thing with Kentucky. I don't like the new reconfigured Kentucky. I like the old one. But
know,
the
though.
reason they had to like repave it and all that is due to the apron because of all the crazy crashes, especially in 2013. But that
Oh.
you like Kentucky is known for their apron, but to get a really good run, but it's a really risky thing to do.
Hang on a minute.
But-
I might have to relocate. Yes, I'm gonna go relocate really quick. Ow!
It's dark. Oh, never mind. The light's on.
Yeah, I just went into my dad's bedroom because my stepmom's in there in my brother's room trying to vacuum.
But
Anyways,
This is our
that's-
podcast right here.
that's the
Top
reason
quality.
why they had to I don't like. It's kind of like what they did at Texas. They reconfigured
See-
the banking.
Yeah,
in my
Texas got
opinion,
worse
I
after
think
that.
that hurt the 2019 racing there. I think Texas could have been a great race on the old pavement, but on this new pavement, like they can they can flat foot through 3 and 4, but once they get into 1 and 2, all draft they had is messed up because of the dirty air.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true.
And
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like there's a high lane they can run.
The package has been perfect when it's been 1.5 miles under the lights with a little bit of lifting. Not too much, but just a little bit of
I
lifting.
mean,
and it's
Chicago
Chicago
was amazing.
was a pretty good race.
Yes, even with
Yeah.
the rain delay, like that was good.
But then again, I think the cloud cover simulated a night race.
True, and it was almost night as well, so that also
Yeah.
kind of helped.
I'm
I think-
actually rewatching Chicagoland race.
Though, I mean, I think they could have done with the spoiler being a little bit smaller.
Yeah, maybe
'Cause
a little bit.
Let's be honest here. NASCAR is not raising the horsepower again. If they're trying to attract manufacturers like Honda, they're not going to raise the horsepower. Honda isn't capable of making a 900 horsepower engine. They're going to make a lower horsepower engine. Why do you think they're an Indy car when they only have like 700 horsepower?
That's basically what they're gonna have to do now too, probably, to try to just attract more sponsors, or not more sponsors. I'm sorry, more like manufacturers and stuff like Honda, because that could definitely help them out as in like
I mean,
possible fans, but also financially.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants Dodge back, but what people don't understand is that Dodge isn't as big of a market in the U.S. as a company like Honda or Nissan. Just drive down the road. Tell me how many Dodges you see compared to Honda and Nissan.
You don't see a lot because
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
sister
exactly.
owns a Honda.
Because It's because they're cheaper, you know.
Yeah.
But Dodge just has like all the like Chargers and
Hey,
everything.
let's put Volkswagen in NASCAR.
Oh, Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Volkswagen Beetle series. Let's get a Volkswagen
Wait, no,
Rally
no,
Beetle
no. The
Baja
Beetle,
Buggy
Beetle
Fiat.
stopped
series.
production this year.
And Fiats.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, hang on,
Baja
hang on.
Buggy
though.
series.
Fiat
No,
is
get a
Dodge.
smart car
Fiat
series.
is
Get a
Dodge.
smart car
Dodge is
series.
Fiat. Fun fact.
Send them out there at Daytona with some smart cars and just see what happens. That should be
Oh, hey.
entertaining.
We have a little guest. Hey, brother, child, say hi. Okay, he wants to. Okay.
Hey, what's up, little bro?
Oh, he said
Hey.
what's
Hello.
up. Nah. But yeah.
But I don't know. I would like to see another manufacturer in NASCAR. Honda is another good choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also,
Let's do BMW.
if in 2021 they do
BMW
this,
would be kind of cool.
in 2021, if they do this hybrid engine they're talking about, I can really see Honda trying to get in
I
there.
don't want to see a hybrid
I don't-
engine because
I
this
don't
is
see
like.
hybrid.
See,
I
but
really don't want to see
mean,
a hybrid engine.
nobody wants to
This
see
is
it,
not
but there's-
NASCAR E.
There's no way around it. Like, it's going to happen sooner or later. IndyCar already did it. F1, of course, did it. But I think what NASCAR can do, they can keep the noise by having a V8 hybrid. That's what F1 did in 2012, and they still had the screaming engines, and they were hybrids. You know, so there's a way around it.
It is, but it's how
I mean, it's
how
just the
these
way the world's
NASCAR
going.
fans.
You know, but
Yeah,
you can't please fans. You can't.
yeah.
You can do what they want, and then somebody's going to complain. Hey, we want more short tracks. Okay, we give you more short tracks. Oh, hey, there's too many
Yes.
short tracks. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I want more truck diecast, but guess what? They
all
always get
canceled.
DNP.
I just got a Matt Crafton.
I want my Grand Finger diecast.
I can't wait to get my Ben Rhodes, hopefully, from the new Wave 5.
I want my
I
Ryan
honestly
Preece
just-
diecast, but
I want
probably
to get
they
a
won't give it
Natalie
to me.
Decker race version.
Okay, so basically, you're gonna take a truck and a sledgehammer. Okay.
Yep.
There
Just
you
buy a
go.
Drop the
normal one and just
on the
sledgehammer.
truck, and there you go.
I would
Yep.
like a Brandon Jones raced version from Kentucky.
Same thing.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
I want.
No, you have to have fire at the end of it.
How about the Austin Cindric race version from Daytona?
Yes. I want to see a Dale
Oh,
Earnhardt
wow.
race version from the. I think it wasn't 97 500 where he flipped and literally kept racing.
Yeah, they have to make that.
97. Yeah.
I want that. That'd just be probably top of the line diecast for me. That'd like go top of the list.
Yeah.
You're like paying about over $200 for that car. That car is rare, especially the original version.
Oh,
Hey, what truck diecast would you like to see that they haven't made yet, like driver or whatever?
mm,
Mm, Ross Chest. Well, have they made that?
Nah, I think they tried making. I think they made Chastain.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think because of race version. I
Yeah.
think it'd be pretty cool to see someone more like this is kind of like through all like even in the Cup Series more like midfield cars because they have like all the big names but they have like very few midfielders. So someone
See,
like
Oh,
And
so
that
like a
right
Todd
there,
Gilliland.
that
Natalie
right there,
Decker.
although the cars are more expensive, that's what I think IndyCar does better than NASCAR. They had every driver as a diecast.
Yeah.
Even if they're
Yeah.
a one-time Indy 500, didn't even make the race, they still make a diecast of them. Why do
Like
you-
Fernando Alonso.
Well, they would have made it anyways because he's.
Yeah.
I gotta get my Quinn Hoff diecast.
Dude, Quinn Houff is awesome. Like,
But
dude, no, I'm
Um,
not even lying. I think it was 2017. He drove the 46 in Xfinity at Bristol. That man rode top 10, top 15 all day at Bristol with the 46. That's Anthony Compton's car.
That's true. And I cannot wait for the Bristol Night Race. That is going to be. That'll probably be one of the
Dude,
best
I
races
can't
of the
wait for
season. I
next
think.
year. I can't wait for next year. Somebody's gonna.
Yeah, we're probably going to the truck race. Hopefully. We're hopefully going to the truck race for the Bristol night
Dude,
race.
The
can't
truck
wait
race,
for,
the truck race. I don't know why. You think it'd be so good at Bristol, but it always sucks.
Normally, because Kyle Busch, I'm gonna be honest, Kyle Busch is like
Yeah, and
normally
if
the
Kyle
reason
Busch
it's not
doesn't
really
run
This year
it,
Kyle
if
Busch
Kyle
won't be
Busch
in that
doesn't
race.
run it, Matt Crafton. Wait, no, it's a playoff race, so no Cup drivers can even run in it.
And Kyle Busch has already run all his races.
And the thing is, I will be. I'm not going to Bristol this year, but I'm going next year for the playoff race.
Yeah,
Next
I
year.
might.
Yes.
But and also since they having that triple race at Martinsville, I'm going to try to definitely go to that one too.
Oh, and it's
But
gonna make the round of 4 too.
I want to try to go to the night race.
Here's the problem. Like,
Dude, you know how crazy
Wait.
the truck championship race is gonna be at ISM?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
gonna be. Huh.
There's going to be a 5-truck wreck on the first corner.
There's gonna be like 5
Well,
trucks
like-
to finish their race, and like only one of them will be the one of the championship 4. Then
No, the
NASCAR realized
championship
they.
4 will finish in the last 4 spots. Natalie Decker wins the race.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
The best race of the season.
Here we go. Natalie
I can't wait for
Becker
the
into
triple.
one final time, and never mind, she's bottled it in turn 1.
I can't wait for the triple trio race at Martinsville. Definitely
Mhm.
gonna try to go to that one
Xfinity
too.
Series at Martinsville.
Yeah, also the
Yeah.
modifieds are returning to Martinsville next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a fun one. Speaking of modifieds, did you see New Hampshire today?
No, I
Three
couldn't
wide
watch
photo
it.
finish.
Oh, I
I
didn't
did see that. I did see that.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I kind of want to see the modifieds run at not Michigan, Richmond. I was gonna say Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just see
Take
him
them
run
like
at
2
South
minutes to get around the
Austin
track.
Speedway.
Dude,
At
South
my
Austin-
my
South
home track.
Austin's awesome. They need to bring like Xfinity there.
That's my home track.
I think they need to bring like I've thought about this for the last about day or two. I think they need to add more road courses for the truck schedule, and like maybe even the Roval because that'd be kind of cool to see the trucks run the Roval
Oh, geez.
or just
yeah.
more road
Christ.
courses at all because don't they only have like Canadian Tire that they
Yeah.
run right now? Yeah, I think they
Dude.
they need to add like at least one.
I think
They
I
have
think
to have a road
NASCAR
course on dirt.
I think for NASCAR,
Yes.
like as a whole, Cup Series, Xfinity, I think we should have maybe 4, 5, possibly 6 road courses. Just
I think
balance
4 to
out the
5.
schedule.
I think 4 to 5 and more short tracks.
Trucks, perfect track for them. Lime
Yeah.
Rock.
Put
What
Road
would
America
you
in the
think?
Cup schedule.
How would you feel about street road courses? Like a
Oh, I'd
street
love
course?
it.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, Carnation hit the head right, or whatever the phrase, hit the head right on the nail, or whatever that phrase is. His reasons were perfect for why we need road course for street courses in NASCAR.
Because
I
it would
haven't watched
bring more
the video.
exposure too. Because someone in a city who never really had the, like they know it exists, but they don't really know it. It'd be more exposure.
Yeah, you just look out your window and you see like 40 cars flying by
Yeah.
at like almost 100 mile an hour.
I think what they could do if they have a street course is they could split it up into like sprint races, kind of like how Eldora does with dirt, make it a special kind of thing.
Possibly, or something like an
I don't
exhibition
think
race.
40 people at a street course is going to be the best.
Like
Yeah,
what,
that
They
is
should have
true.
qualifiers.
what city would you see it though?
Probably Charlotte,
Philadelphia.
honestly.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me if they bring it to Charlotte. Who cares about the
Charlotte
Roval now?
would
Let's
be
just
pretty
run through
cool.
downtown
It would
Charlotte.
either
No,
be
let's just,
Charlotte.
like-
It would either be Charlotte or Philadelphia, because think Xfinity, they already have that huge event in Philly,
Oh yeah, that thing.
and
Or maybe
and
something like
Philadelphia does have roads.
What
that are
about
actually
Long
big
Beach?
enough. I don't think Long Beach
oh
would be a
maybe
good
because
Cup
I know
race. I don't
Maybe
agree.
I
Long
actually
Beach
run
would be
Long
kinda
Beach a
cool.
lot on Forza with the Cup cars, and it honestly looks like it'd be kind of fun.
It'd be fun,
Like-
but think that
Maybe
first, that
Detroit,
chicane,
but-
all that.
I don't know.
Detroit would be fun in a stock car. You ever seen
Yes.
that? You ever seen the LMP2 cars fly around there?
I haven't. I don't watch like. I mean, I try to catch it every now and then, but like IndyCar and F1.
like
But
IMSA racing at
IMSA is
Detroit,
awesome.
dude. It's and that's another problem I kind of want to point out with NASCAR today. The LMP2 cars, cars have all these aerodynamic bits on them. You think they're so fragile. They can beat and bang doors all the time at street course like that and be fine. But Cup car, you hit somebody's door and their day's done, basically.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about. That's why I'm not a fan of the on-track product in NASCAR now.
I think
because
we really need the Xfinity bodies, those composite bodies. They can actually take a hit.
Yeah, we do. But my problem is, like, even though they beat and bang and it destroys your entire day, these cars are made to be beating and banging each other. Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand. If he beat his door, he's done for the day. That's stupid. I'd rather have him beat and bang.
Bristol, you can't even make contact anymore without messing somebody up.
The only track you can make contact is like
a road course.
No, well, like road courses or Martinsville. That's it.
Yeah,
maybe
true.
I was gonna say because Sonoma. You ever seen their front end?
I could say Richmond too. Richmond, you can kind of do that.
Unless you're the Busch brothers at Kentucky, that is.
In recent years.
Yeah, unless you're Kyle Busch at Bristol.
No, unless you're Kyle Busch anywhere.
Unless you're Kyle Busch at Chicagoland.
Like Kyle Busch's bumper 2 years in a row from August until this year, and he won the race this year at Bristol.
Yeah, and he wrecked on lap 2 each race.
Yeah, true.
Maybe it'll happen again when
they
it
just
comes
make
to
Kyle
the race.
Busch's car to wreck. I think they just make his car to wreck. I mean, every race it seems like he wrecks or hits someone or something.
Yeah.
They
Now,
shoot
I
out
do
his
like how they have tried fixing Bristol though with the traction compound. That does help.
Yes.
It
It'd be
gets that
amazing
top
to see
lane
the
in.
bottom groove only. I think it'd be kind of cool to see the bottom groove only because, like, get back to like old school '90s racing, bump and run a lot.
You know what? I can't wait.
If you want really good
I
racing,
can't wait for
you
like
replace-
Michigan to be really worn out.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want really good racing, you replace all the traction compound with oil, and then you put them loose at like Daytona.
Oh Jesus!
That would be good.
I like what this new package brings at Daytona. They actually have to lift like old Daytona.
Yes.
Just you wait till Dega.
And like Dega. Dude, the super speed races have, I think, been amazing. I mean, Daytona, like the July race this year.
Yeah.
I saw nothing wrong with that. I mean, they came back from commercial after the people pitted, and it was like, oh, single file train, this is great. We get back from commercial, and they're already, the whole field's almost 2x2 again. So it definitely looks like it stopped training
And
for
the
now.
only reason they went single file and stuff is to save fuel.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true. That lasted for a few laps.
They hit the nail on the head right here because
And basically stay at a like.
Because they don't make it
Out of,
too
like,
hard to
danger
pass,
and all that.
but they don't make it too easy,
Yeah.
Yes. Then again, if you're Clinton Boyer or Clinton Boyer, it's kind of easy to pass people. You just wreck them in front of you.
and then take yourself out.
Yeah, true.
Surprisingly,
And then
Ricky
literally
did
take out the field to
actually-
make sure Justin Haley wins Inspire Motorsports.
Yeah, let
Kurt
the premium support team win.
Yeah. Inspire Motorsports is going to win the championship next year. Change my mind. They're going to hire Justin Haley full time and be a competitive team and win like 5 races and the
2
championship.
weeks in a row, a team wins after getting rid of Jamie McMurray.
I was just about to say that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie McMurray couldn't win in this fire car.
I mean, I don't understand.
You gotta
Fire's top level
nitrous.
equipment. You should be up front every week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like put me in this fire car. I'll finish like first.
No, better yet, put me in a second Spire car. It's gonna be the number 76.
78.
Yes, 78.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive the 78. Not with Joe Gibbs backing. It's not gonna be whatever Furniture Row is now. It's like Adaptive something Motorsports. Or it's like Falcai Racing or something like that. They help like disabled people.
No, you drive the number 78 Honda for Spire Motorsports 2 championships.
Oh God.
Yes. Next thing you know, in a few years, like 2022, Spire Motorsports is a 4-car team with 4 championship-worthy drivers. They make the final 4 one year, like all 4 drivers. I'm just waiting for that to happen. In a few years, Spire Motorsports become the dominant team in NASCAR.
Though honestly, I think
And the second dominant team is Wickware Racing.
Yes. And then you have the Flex Fuel team
actually,
in
though, in a
Xfinity
few
winning
years-
championships.
in a
Yes.
few years though, I genuinely firmly believe that JTG is gonna be a top level team,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
because
getting it.
they both are running good.
and Levine, because
Yes.
they both have
Mhm.
Hendrick and JGR, but they're not getting the full funding yet because they don't.
Exactly.
The factory team doesn't want to kill the support team, Furniture Row.
Yeah.
sorry. I had
Yeah,
some
if
food stuck in
Levine
my
can
throat.
become the new Furniture Row, because they got the Benedetto as an amazing driver. I mean, he literally runs up pretty top 10
Qualified like 7th.
in go fast equipment. If he gets if Levine gets the funding they need, or if they even get just at least some more funding, he'll be their contender for wins.
Mhm.
And that's
I
going
think,
to be
yeah.
good.
next year, toward the end of next year, we'll see him start running up, and then 2021 we'll see him.
Yes.
And with the
Start
new
winning.
schedule, there's a lot more short tracks.
See, the only reason he's not winning now is because his muscles way down the car.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
also he's very thick. He's very
Yeah,
thick.
he's a very thick boy.
Yeah, who do you see? I think Clint Boyer's gonna retire this year. I'm gonna be honest; it would not surprise me to see Boyer leave, especially if he misses the playoffs. It would not surprise me to see him just go on and Cole
Yeah,
Custer
they
replace
put
him.
Cole
Well,
Custer.
also, there's rumors going around that Eric Jones is actually going to re-sign, and that means Hamlin is now in danger.
Oh, really? I just can't see Hamlin getting let go anytime too soon. I see another year or two for him because he is a
I
good
don't know,
driver,
it
championship
really
worthy.
depends on Bell.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think if
Because-
Bell wins the title, he's already wasting his time in Xfinity. We all know that.
Yes.
You see
That
the
man
the
is
chat?
ready.
They say Morgan Shepherd will
Also,
come to Cup and win
Tyler
all
Reddick and
36
Cole
races
Custer,
with
they're
Spire.
ready.
Yes.
Reddick's
I
got
love
for
Reddick's got
2020
Reddick's
Cup
spot locked
champion.
up at RCR. I can already tell you, he's in 31 probably.
Yeah,
Custer
Tyler Reddick
is
going full time in the
Custer.
31.
I think.
I don't know how I
think-
feel about that.
I think Boyer's gonna get the boot though for Custer.
Wait, guys,
How
let's
would
just,
you-
Probably.
let's
I mean, as much as I love Boyer, he's
Let's
getting
put-
older.
let's put Cole Custer in the 78.
For Spire Motorsports, and he literally
And
wins
Tyler
the
Reddick
championship.
in
didn't he
79.
qualify 10th with
and then-
Wickware?
Christopher Bell in the 76, and Justin Haley in the 77.
Yes, championship team right there. The thing I hate is these Xfinity guys. They have lots of talent, like Matt Tifft and Tyler Reddick. But it's like with Matt Tifft, put up the front row motorsports. I
Yeah.
would have so much rather him stayed another year or
It-
two because he
they
was
gave
really
him-
good.
They gave him.
Well, they
the
replaced him
Buescher
with Brandon
treatment.
Jones.
Great team, had great, great potential. We're gonna put you at Furniture Row, or not Furniture Row, Front Row.
I think they should get rid of Brandon Jones and get. If I'm being honest, get rid of Brandon Jones, Ross Chastain to the 19 full time next year. You have your
Yeah.
champion. I mean,
don't
especially
know,
if he wins a
though.
truck championship.
I don't think that Chastain is gonna go leave Chevy because there has been
That's
times
true.
where he's been going to JRM.
Or he might go
Well,
to Colleague Racing.
Yeah, he could go to.
Yes, that'd be
full-time.
good. Colleague racing full time would be nice. Well, I mean, it just reminds me of
Honestly,
Matt
what's
Benedetto.
happening with Chastain is I think they're just waiting on Busch to make his decision at
Yeah, that's
Ganassi.
true.
Yeah, true.
I think Kurt will stay another year at least.
But Kurt
Oh,
is
yeah,
staying
Kurt's-
for
Kurt
another
needs to
year
stay
anyway.
another year.
So is Larson. Is
Unless
staying
they add a
another
third
year.
car.
Larson's just having a slump right now.
He's had a
no.
slump the last few years.
He's still in
He's
the
a good
playoffs,
driver, but I just hate it. Yeah, he should make the playoffs.
And he's
So
got a
what's
lot of
your-
top tens this year, so I don't think he's
Mhm.
that bad.
And
He
he
just
won the
had
team
that
$1 million,
But-
so
Just
Or he won $1 million.
Just imagine if Jimmy Johnson retires in a couple years and Chastain gets that 48.
No, better yet. How about this,
yes,
Johnson?
yes.
How about this? Wait, Johnson's contract is up next year, so
Yeah, Johnson,
Yeah.
he's a good driver, but he's just getting up there. He's like, what, 40, 41 now? He's just kind of getting up there
I
about
don't
retirement
think
age.
I think he's done winning. He might win one more, but
Yeah.
that's it.
I think he has a chance for one or two more, but nothing much more. And I really hope they get the Alex Bowman sponsorship deal sorted out. I mean, he literally won the race or two races after they said his main sponsor's leaving.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of
he needs to get sponsorship.
speaking of
He
sponsors,
deserves it.
how about Dow?
What's with Dow?
Dow is still with Austin Dillon now.
they're staying with
what they did
just
was
redid their contract, re-extended.
They're going through something right now. They had to pull their logos off the car, and they'll return next year. I think is what
Wow.
he said.
Wow. I hope it will become like DC Solar, because I think that's kind of killed Larson. Is DC Solar being gone?
Yeah.
That was a pretty big sponsor for them.
And the new package.
Yeah, that happens to Dylan, then that's good.
I really
that's
think
gonna
the
hurt
new
him a lot.
package is hurting Larson because look at his plate tracks.
Well, Dow, the reason like Dow is having like a lot of problems because they had a lot of backlash with the animal problem, with the animal abuse and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with like Chip Ganassi, at least they got Monster Energy and McDonald's and Credit One Bank in them, but it's
they
not
have
enough.
big sponsors.
It's not enough. I was thinking like Amazon should sponsor Chip. That would be pretty cool.
If they brought Amazon, they'd probably.
You know what I
open
think
third
was a
car
missed
for
opportunity
Chastain.
for McDonald's? Jamie McMurray. If Jamie gets a top whatever, you get a free McFlurry. Come on.
Yeah, why didn't he do
Yes.
that?
Where's my Jamie McFlurry deal?
It sucked that I did see Larson hit the wall at Richmond in that McDonald's car. Oh, that hurt my
For
feelings.
every time Larson hits a wall, you get a free fry.
You get a free Happy Meal whenever Larson wins.
I was
That's
hoping.
something
I
that's
was
good like
hoping.
about Hooters and Outback was they kind of like they just gave out stuff when the driver finished like top 10 or 1 or something. Even when they weren't like the main sponsor on the car, they would give out stuff.
Even on their social accounts, I remember Hooters. Whenever Elliott won, they'd be like, "We won, get your free wings."
When I was at Richmond, I was hoping for a McDonald's truck there for their breakfast. Because I still wanted a biscuit or like a Big Mac or something.
Well, if we put Jamie McMurray back with the all-powerful Spire Motorsports, maybe we could get like a McDonald's deal.
Yes.
Big
Every
Mac,
time
what they
McMurray
call 'em.
doesn't
For every range
lose his
one
job,
fry
every time
is
McMurray
given
doesn't get
to
fired this time,
an
you get a free
African
fry.
child.
Every time
Yeah.
Jamie McMurray doesn't get fired, you get a free fry.
Exactly. Every race he can run without being fired. Oh, they need to do something for Kyle Busch. Something like free Snickers or M&M's, like free pack whenever he wins. Yes.
Better yet, yeah, every day, every day or every race that Kyle Busch wins, they should do a buy one get one free. You buy a Snickers, you get another one for free.
Or every time Kyle Busch doesn't do something controversial, you get a free M&M or Snickers or something. They don't have to worry about giving anything away.
Yeah, is that why they don't?
Interstate batteries, you get a free car battery.
Yes.
Hey, I'm
you
not
want
complaining on
best
that.
deal
You want
ever.
this 90-pound car battery? Here you go.
Just throws.
If it's from the race win car, I would take that for sure.
I want to know how much longer it is till they make like Bubba Wallace, Corey LaJoy, and Daniel Hemrick footballs. How much longer till those are on the NASCAR shop?
Yeah,
That's what I'm waiting for.
If I go to a cup race and I see Bubba Wallace, I'm bringing me a football and I'm having him
Get him to
sign
sign
it.
the football. Exactly, that's what I'm
I
gonna
wonder if
do.
anybody's ever brought a watermelon to Ross Chastain to have him sign
Dude,
it.
he literally
Oh, they
I think it
probably
was
have.
Chicagoland. He
They
signed
have.
a watermelon and brought it to like a family that was camping out there. Literally showed up to the camper with an autographed watermelon. The best
would.
thing to get autographed.
They should sell like the pieces of the watermelon they smashed online.
Have him
I would
autograph the watermelon. And then
It's
sell it for
like-
like $100.
So what? No, you just keep it in a little container, and eventually, after a few months, there's just nothing in the container, and then when you open it, it's just this rancid smell.
If I go to Charlotte next year, I'm gonna try and see if I can get a watermelon
Speaking of
and
Charlotte, what do you guys
tweet Ross
oh,
Chastain.
nice.
See if he'll come out to the campground.
Speaking of Charlotte, what do you guys think about that new chicane?
Yes,
Yeah.
1,000 yeses. That thing looks
I
so
like
good,
it.
especially with the design. That's gonna look like. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it'll get the drivers to stop trying to go full throttle and killing every tire barrier in existence.
And it gives them a new passing zone too, which I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
and
seen the construction.
looks like the-
They're
that-
almost done.
you know what that looks like? Hang on.
Dude, I actually drove by the speedway yesterday. We were out visiting the race shops. Like, I mean, they were. I swear, they're like basically about done, other than some paint and stuff. I mean, they've almost got it done, and it looks really, really good.
Yeah,
Like,
since they
look on the
got
Twitter
the
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
since they got the Roval, they like repainted the whole thing.
I hope they fix that in Heat 4. I don't think they did. I can't remember, but I hope they do like the
No, this is
repaint stuff.
this is what that. Hold up. Can you guys see my screen? Wait.
We
No,
just see your
it's just a logo.
picture.
Yeah, the logo.
Oh, I'm pressing cancel. That's why I'm retarded.
Yeah, press like it's
There
like
we
to the
go.
right of the
Okay.
full thing.
This is what the Charlotte Roval chicane looks like now, and I love it.
Yeah, that's true. I like it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, except
that
it's
honestly is
actually
nice.
passable.
Yes. I really cannot wait for that. The Roval, I don't expect it to live up to like how good it
Oh.
was last year, but I still think it's gonna be a pretty good
No,
race.
because
'Cause it's still
everybody's
a
gonna
family
have
track.
notes, you know.
I'm not sure if y'all know this, but there was a race they had at Charlotte. This was over 10 years ago
I
for
would
sure.
for road courses. I would say takeoffs.
And they created it's some kind of like series or something, I can't remember. They created the shittiest chicane there, and
Oh yeah,
they
wasn't
were
it
doing
just
like the
cones?
pace lap. No, it was a wall. It was literally a wall there, and
What?
they
Wait,
were doing
where-
doing the pace
where was
lap
this?
to start the race at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, yeah,
If
it
you
was-
look up
it was
the
the
shittiest
Pirelli
chicane
World
ever,
I
Challenge.
remember that.
I
The
was
Pirelli
at that
World
race.
Challenge, it was the oval with 2 freaking chicanes.
What
And
the
they
heck,
were doing the
Charlotte?
pace lap. They were doing the pace lap, and all of a sudden, I saw smoke in the background, and they were wrecking. It was that bad. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Make that the cup race. Yeah.
Make that the championship race.
Yes, the championship race now takes place at Charlotte with the custom chicanes. You survive a lap, you become the champion. Basically, it's like a
Alright.
1-lap race. Whoever lives wins.
Justin
All right,
Haley.
hold on. I'm
I
looking.
got it. I found it.
Did you find the video or just pictures?
Show it. Show it.
Hold on. I'm not. Let me get back on the
Oh,
hangout.
I saw it.
Let me see that. Hold on. Yeah, that was it. That's the.
Yeah.
That was it. The shitty chicane. I seen that race. It was so bad. And look, what really threw me off. You see how those trucks are going through that? Through. They need to cover that up. And you see, he hit the wall. That court. That was.
Oh, there
That-
they
I
are.
don't think that was Jeff Gordon. Yeah, you see they're kind of wrecking right there. But in
What
that
is
Corvette,
this?
you see in that Corvette, I think Jeff Gordon was supposed to race in that car.
Yeah, I'd say
'Cause
that.
there were a few NASCAR drivers supposed to participate in that.
We need that in Heat 4. We need this track in Heat 4 right now.
Yeah.
704, get to work on this, please. Make
I
this
mean,
a
it's just
DLC.
I mean, it's just they put just about as much effort into that track as
What
704
year
puts into
was
their
that?
games.
What year was
Oh,
that?
something.
2006.
07?
That was 07?
06.
06, okay.
Okay. So it was, yeah, I couldn't remember what year it was, but I was at that race. Man.
Now let's bring IndyCar to that layout.
Yes. That's when I go to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will
Yeah.
go there every weekend if they run that track. Just have like Saturday night racing, just local just like local guys come out in their like car they drive to work every day. They just throw a roll cage in their daily car. You win the race, you get like $1,000 or something.
No, you got to get Lee Diffie to be the
You
announcer.
survived the race.
So you know, Lee
We need
Diffie's gonna be
Carnation
like,
as
"Hey,
no
Paul,
Carnation
this race
announces
on
the race.
Optima."
We can have Carnation announce the whole race. Have it on like Fox or have it on Fox Sports live streamed at like 12 midnight.
Oh my God.
Carnation and Michael Waltrip is the
No, we need the best. We need the best Fox announcer ever, Vince Welsh.
Yes. And Rick Crawford joins Fox just for this race. Michael Waltrip is the pace car driver and decides to race the pace car.
Wins with the pace car.
Morgan Shepherd's in it as well.
Vince Welsh, you know, he's gonna be like, and we're racing. Long pause. At,
No, it's
Charlotte.
2007. I'm gonna watch it from my TV.
No, and then when they go to commercial, he's gonna be like, and we're gonna keep on
nostalgia.
trucking.
We're gonna keep on racing.
We're gonna
So
keep
much
on
nostalgia.
carring.
We're gonna keep on carring.
Next thing you know, Lightning McQueen shows up at the race and wins the whole thing.
I am Speed.
I am Speeve.
What do you guys think of the Cup race at Kentucky?
That was it was good. I won't say it was great, but it was good. I think people are kind of
Kentucky
overestimating it because the finish, but
good.
it wasn't too bad. For Kentucky, it was good. I think it was pretty good.
It was better
I
than
think they should
last
keep
year.
the track. Yes, that's the Kentucky. I just never found it entertaining.
I don't know.
I don't know why until this year.
Just give it a few years for that track to wear out.
Yes.
I think
that
it had
second groove
a
to
good
come
beginning
in.
of the
Same
race,
thing with
and the middle
Texas.
part was
Even
kind of boring,
even with
and
Indy
in the end was
cars,
good.
even with Indy cars at Texas, like a lot of the drivers, you know, Rossi, Power, they all said they need to wait a couple years for that second groove to come in, and the racing's going to be great.
Yes. Well, the worst day of NASCAR is going to be whenever they repave Atlanta. That's just going to be one of the worst days for this. This is going to be terrible. They should never repave Atlanta. Like, just race on it for another 40 years. Who cares?
Yeah,
They're going to have
Never
to
repave it.
eventually, but
Hopefully that eventually is never, though, I'll be honest. Hopefully by the time they have to repave it, NASCAR is just a dead sport. Because the way it's going,
Better
not
yet.
long from now, NASCAR is just kind of going to go.
they should just
I
turn
don't
Atlanta
know.
into
Brian
a dirt
France
track.
kind of drove it into what it is today, but
I agree.
Jim France, he doesn't really have control until 2021.
I will
He's
say
trying
this, something
now.
that I think could save the sport is going back to some older tracks.
Yeah, like
Nashville
Rockingham.
Fairgrounds, Rockingham, North Wilkesboro, I'm going to be honest,
Rockingham
I've been
is
it ain't too
probably
bad.
happening in 2 years.
Yes. Eldora, they also need to add to the schedule. They have to get for 2021. If they want to
See,
get
And
lots
what
of
people
views,
don't know about
Eldora.
Jim France, like he's a France, so people are like, you know. But that man back in the '90s, he made IMSA sports car racing what it is today.
So I feel like with him, it should kind of help the sport a lot. So, and something else I really, really, really think NASCAR should
You know, in
literally look forward to.
Daytona, before the 500, he told the drivers in the drivers meeting, he's like, "You guys need to run the bottom, give a show for the fans." Like they said,
Yes.
from his mouth, he said, you know, follow
'cause he kept
Denny and
doing
Chase on the
trains.
bottom, help them, you know.
I don't think like something like that's pretty good. Like just trying to do what they can for the fans, but nothing like scripting it or trying to rig it or something
now
like that.
we're
But
kind of stuck with the car we have. That's why they, you know, jumbled up the schedule for 2020. They're just trying to make it interesting.
yeah,
They can't do much.
I kind of
Maybe
like the ISM though.
Maybe in 2020 they might take off some downforce. I don't know. I don't know if we're stuck with the package.
I think they should get rid of a little downforce, but not too much, because
Like,
I mean, it's been
they
really
should.
good.
I think what they should do is just take off what that clear part of the spoiler has, and then maybe shorten the splitters a little bit.
Yeah, because
they're not gonna take it off.
Yeah, definitely. No, here's what they need to do for Gen 7, okay? No spoiler, no splitter, no side skirts, convertible SUV. That's the ideal Gen 7 car right
Garbage truck.
there.
No,
No, the mid-engine
here, let me go
Corvette
back. Let me
comes
go
to
back to
NASCAR.
Twitter to what I said in the chat. I think I said it.
Yeah, I think it's in the messaging thing.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
through it right now. I think I went on a rant. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you kind of
What I said was they need the valence back, composite bodies, no side skirts, maybe a little bit more horsepower, about 650 OEM engines, which are what the trucks have basically, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way around it. They're gonna have a hybrid part of it, maybe a 2016 style spoiler, raised up rear end, hood vents, and aero ducts.
Plate track, same.
Yeah, because they're not bringing back the ride height. It's just a safety thing.
I do not want hybrid. I just can't see that happening in NASCAR. I mean, you say NASCAR, you think of American,
Well,
like you just think American. That's one of the biggest stereotypes of just American things there is, and
It's
I would just
America.
if the sound's gone, that just the sport,
the sound's not
sound
going to be
makes it
completely gone. I mean,
not
there might be
completely,
guys.
but
like
Um,
IndyCar,
I gotta go.
IndyCar runs hybrids, and I went to Pocono last year. You still felt, you still heard the noise. You still felt it when they passed by. It was pretty loud.
All right,
the
guys,
thing.
I gotta go. It was pretty cool
Okay,
doing this podcast. So
All
good
right,
luck to
see
you
ya.
all, and y'all good night.
nice
All
same
right.
to you.
Hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
something they should do for maybe just to make stuff interesting, to kind of change some more stuff up that isn't really too big. K&N North Wilkesboro. I will not stop saying this until they do it. They never will, but I hope they do.
They need
Yes,
to make
modified as
They
well.
need to make North
Yeah.
Wilkesboro a NASCAR home tracks thing.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen the speedway. Seriously, it looks runnable. I mean, there's like not safe for barriers and stuff, but there's a catch fence. There's some grass growing on the track, but get rid of that. I swear the track actually looks like it wouldn't be that bad. The problem about it is really the stands and stuff, because there's like the buildings falling in. There's one building that fell in not long ago. So
Mhm.
that's the word. That's the real main problem with it, I believe, is like the stands and stuff. They could have probably redo that, because like the way safety is
yeah.
now. But
Nowadays,
K&N
they
Wheelands,
probably repackage the whole thing, put stands in the front, on the turns, probably make it look like New Hampshire.
yeah, add like a lot more stands, because I believe if they got a K&N or just K&N or modifieds, I don't care what money I have saved, I would go to both of those
Fun
races.
fact: Chase
Yeah.
Elliott won the last auto race ran there
Yeah, that is pretty cool though.
back in 20.
And then Gordon
2010.
won the last Cup race.
No, 2011, I think.
2011. My two favorite drivers from the Cup Series won the last races in North Wilkesboro: Jeff Gordon Cup and Elliott forever, basically. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. But I still think more. They probably won't ever bring Cup. Maybe Truck if we get lucky enough. But Rockingham been getting renovated. Nashville Fairgrounds. Just kind of go back to some of the old tracks. Not really all of them. Just like a few of them.
The better
And kind
one.
of try to bring back that fan. Yeah, the better ones. And definitely short tracks. Just short tracks itself are really good. And I'm going to be honest. I think myself they should get rid of one New Hampshire race, because they're pretty good. They're just not the best.
Yeah.
They
And
already did in
Cup should maybe
2017.
even
They got
try
rid
to
of
go
it.
to Gateway in Iowa.
Yeah, Gateway would be pretty cool to see as well, same as Iowa.
Now, let me tell you, if Indianapolis gets taken off the schedule, which I do believe will happen,
Yeah.
they need to go to Gateway. Gateway is not too far. It's a lot of people have to go through there. It's still in that area,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should keep Indianapolis.
I don't know. Indy's been an okay race for me. Like, if you look at all the races, they've been okay. This package may make it better, but my main problem with Indy right now is they're taking over the July 4 spot. That just should not change. That should stay at
I
Daytona.
think it will make it a better race because the track will be hotter. But also, you gotta think.
True, but
you gotta think for this year, before the Indy 500, they added a sealer over the track. which makes it slicker.
Yeah.
I think the race will be pretty good. I just don't like the July 4th spot
I don't
taken
know.
away from
I think-
Daytona.
Well,
I
in Daytona,
I
it's the
like that they took
playoff
it away
cutoff,
because
which
it
means
rains
that
way too much that time of year, and it's where it's in August, people are saying it's in hurricane season. I mean, it is, but it's not peak.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
I
but
don't ever
actually, no.
see. I mean, it survived all these all of the millions of hurricanes that's hit Florida, so I feel pretty safe. But if if there's wind speeds, that even make the race a little bit more exciting. But I still think like if they could something like Chicagoland, Daytona, Indy, like just kind of put those a little bit, like put Indy in summer. I would agree. Just don't have it be like July 4th. Like have it like be mid late July.
Make
Mhm.
Gateway or Road
I mean,
America
honestly,
the
I
playoff
wouldn't
cutoff.
mind the Coca-Cola 600 on July 4th.
Yeah,
But then again, that's tradition you're breaking as well.
Yeah, you're taking that out.
Same with Darlington. I mean, because everyone got most people got upset when they moved Darlington.
In the playoffs.
Yes, that should be pretty fun seeing there.
Yeah.
Darlington, I got to go to the race in 2015. It was awesome. Darlington is really good normally.
Mm-hmm. You know
Especially
what else
the
I missed?
throwbacks.
I missed the Auto Club night race in September.
Yes. Bring Auto Club Night back, please. The track is so beautiful.
The track needs it.
That's true. They need something interesting.
And we need
And if iRacing says anything.
Yeah. Yes, and ISM should be night race.
Yeah.
At least
I don't know.
race.
Did they reveal the start times for next year?
I don't think so. I know they revealed them a little bit ago for this year, and Vegas got moved to night, which I like to see. The Vegas playoff race going to be a night race. That should be nice.
In the Martinsville spring race is a night race next year.
Yeah, so that's why I think the championship ISM race needs to be a night race, because the truck race.
They did not reveal the start time, so there's a very high chance.
ISM night championship.
There's a very high chance.
A day race.
I don't know though. ISM might not be a night race. Remember, it is on the West Coast.
See, the cactus that they didn't have it in night race just because of the line of cactus they have at the start finish line.
Yes, the light up cactus.
I think if they started it, but maybe a little bit earlier, because if they started at 6 in Phoenix, it's gonna be 9 o'clock here. Here in the East Coast. And watching on a Sunday, that's going to interfere with Sunday night football. Also, a lot of people in the East Coast, they have work the next day, I think they should make
start at 6 or 7 on Saturday is what I would say. 6 or 7
but it's on Sunday, November 8th. But
okay, then it probably is a day race.
Yeah. I don't know. It could end at night.
And also Wednesday night racing. Make Eldora Wednesday night. That would be amazing, because they said they're going to try to explore Eldora and Wednesday night racing in the little talk they did about the 2021 schedule. Eldora Wednesday or Thursday or Thursday night. Oh no, Cup on Wednesday and Truck on Thursday, or Truck on Wednesday and Cup on Thursday. Or all three back to back to back, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back to back to back trucks fitting Cup.
You know what I think NASCAR should start embracing? I mean, they already have, but I think they should start doing more with it. Bowman Gray Stadium.
Oh yes, 100%. I went back and watched the
I would
video.
Love to see. I mean, it's a tradition to have it at Charlotte, but the All-Star race.
Yeah, move the All-Star race some.
Look, if they ran that at Bowman Gray, while they're doing the pre-race show and all that, they could have modifieds running in the background, giving those drivers exposure, giving them the shot they need. Because a lot of those drivers are really good. Tim Brown, Burt Myers, just to name a few. They're legends at Bowman Gray. I have a friend that goes there every Saturday and knows the drivers personally.
And I think what they should do is have heats. Instead of having the All-Star format they have now for the All-Star race, have some heats. Some of the drivers, that way some other drivers can have a chance.
Anybody can enter. Even the modifieds. They should have,
Yeah, they should just have 100 cars that could all possibly.
Wow, I don't know. Hey, this isn't the Griff Dog Summer Showdown.
No, but 100 cars, and they're each in heats, and anyone in the 100 could be in the All-Star race.
Like
They have
I
like
think
4 heats of 20 cars.
Yeah, something like that.
And then like the 20 drivers make the race. So yeah, if they had 100 cars, 4 heat races, the top 5 make the show. Just that's what they need to do more of. Like especially if they go to Eldora, they should do this. Heat races would be so amazing. Not for every race, but just for like the all-star
dude,
race.
and Bowman Gray, if they made some modifications, they could widen the track a little bit, add some safer barriers, fix the pit road. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, where they have to pull off into the pits. That would kind of make it a little more exciting, though. It's kind of more of all the reason not to wreck the car or damage it too bad because you got to kind of pull off the track. You're basically out of the race then.
Those Cup cars, they're about the same width of a modified, I'd say.
About, yeah.
Yeah.
And the K&N race there, I think it was 2012, the last K&N race there. I went back and watched that whole race, except because for some reason they didn't have the finish. I mean, it was so good. Bumping runs, bumping, banging, nothing too insane other than Corey LaJoy got a little bit of a gap, but there's just racing everywhere because it's a quarter mile. You can't escape the racing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no big gap between cars. Everyone's scrunched in. And there was only like 20 cars, something. Hey, get like 20 of the Cup cars out there for the All-Star race. It'll be amazing. The whole track will be racing. I mean, they would easily sell out the place. Easily, like within the moment the ticket sells.
Just for a normal Saturday night race, like normal local race, and that place sells out every Saturday night.
Yeah, just an exhibition race. That's something they should do as well, I think. More just exhibition races. Like that the drivers don't have to compete
go back to other countries like they used to.
Japan, I watched that video on Race Up. That was amazing. That'd be cool. Maybe not Japan yet, but something like maybe Canadian.
Hey, Australia, they could go partner with the V8 supercars.
That would be pretty cool too.
Hey, NASCAR Euro, they race on Brands Hatch, Silverstone, Hockenheim. They could go to those places.
Let's add Europe to the 2021 Cup schedule.
Yes.
I would. Yeah. I've been saying that for a while. They should take a month where they do a European tour on the schedule. That would be cool. 3 races. They'll run like Monza, Spa, Silverstone. Tracks like that.
Yeah, like the NFL goes to London and stuff.
Dude.
Oh, and I want to say this.
In the NFL, Monza, you really don't think they'd have a lot of fans, but they sold out Wembley. Well, maybe not sold out, but the NBA, or not the NBA, the MLB, they I think it was the Yankees and
they sold that game out.
Yeah.
That's something NASCAR should definitely do is kind of expand out. Like, even if it's just to begin with, just add Canadian Tire to the schedule as maybe all-star race or exhibition race. Just let them race at Canadian Tire just to see what it's like. Don't add to the schedule instantly. Just do a race.
That's why Japan.
Well, like every truck race at Canada,
because people
Tire
in Japan, people in Japan, they don't really get to see NASCAR. They don't, they don't. It's new to them.
Yeah, that is true. Other countries, definitely something they should possibly do if they can.
In Germany, they have a good following of NASCAR racing, so I mean...
Nürburgring NASCAR. There you go.
The Nürburgring does have a GP track, so it is possible.
Yeah, just run like you don't need to run the full Nürburgring, just part of the Nürburgring. Although the full race would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
They have a Grand Prix layout. The F1 cars ran it in 2013. And they still do lots of touring car races on there too.
I wonder how much longer it's gonna be till NASCAR literally hires us as like the head of operators or something.
Yeah, what if one of the NASCAR execs are just like
Jim France, if you're watching,
they're watching the stream. Hey, hire us real quick, please. We don't care that we're just teenagers. Just hire us, trust us. Like, even Kyle Petty said something. I think he saw a tweet or something about it. He said he'd love to see NASCAR back in North Wilkesboro. So,
we're the kind of fans that deserve to be in the fan council.
Yes. Like, they just need to expand more. Like, if they do that, because I think I've only watched it since like 2014. It's kind of getting to feel really, really, really repetitive. Shake things up. Go to lots of different tracks in a period of over time. Like, add 1 or 2 every season, maybe 3 every season.
I feel like they do that.
And eventually, you get rid of the bad races. Like, the tracks that are normally bad will be got rid of. like a Pocono. Take rid of Pocono schedule and New Hampshire schedule for 2021. Replace them with Eldora and Gateway at least, or something
You know
like
what
that.
I think would fix Pocono?
Roval.
Yes.
Yes, get rid of the triangle altogether and have one Pocono race.
They need to
that's
get
Roval.
rid of. What's the race that usually gets rained out? Is it? They both do.
Texas and Bristol, I know that much. It rains a lot there.
No, I'm talking about Pocono.
Daytona.
Which one rains out more? June or
Pocono gets
August?
fogged out.
Oh yeah,
through
I mean,
August?
hey, don't take away the August day. I like the fog.
Remember that Vegas race? They had that sandstorm or dust storm or whatever in
Yeah.
turn 1 and 2. That was actually really cool, and they kept racing through it.
You
That
know
was
a
pretty cool.
track that would be amazing for NASCAR? Bahrain.
And a rain. I think it'd be cool to see them race in the rain. Like if they get a rain at Watkins Glen, Sonoma, or
Rain at the Roval.
I mean, I know it's a little far out, but I mean, at Watkins Glen, August, it usually does rain.
Yeah,
that
it
would be
could
cool
happen.
to see. Because the Xfinity race, honestly, I watched that. I was kind of excited the whole race because when it rained in March one, I kind of liked it. That looked
You know what I
honestly
wanna
like
see?
it was cool.
A race that would be brilliant, awesome strategy racing. It starts in the rain and it dries out.
Yeah, that'd be good
Yeah,
strategy.
that'd be good.
Because then it's like, hey, when do we switch to dry tires,
I think they should do it and put it at more like different tracks instead of just road courses. Explore something like Texas or something, possibly where it normally rains. Like Texas gets rained out a lot. So something like that, could just like try one track, any track that isn't a road course or the Roval.
Just put
See what it would be like in the rain.
just put a rain compound down on the track.
They should do wet weather testing. Like
Yeah.
they spray the track. Mm-hmm.
How long have we been going on about this? I actually want to see.
Probably
Where's
like
the
an
stream?
hour.
Oh, what's the stream? Like an hour, just how to improve NASCAR.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean we could like go 2 hours. Okay.
Dude, we could do this for.
We should just do
till
like
11
a
o'clock.
podcast on like Saturday or something during a race or something, just full on talking about how to possibly save NASCAR.
Yeah, we should do reaction stream.
I know
Yeah.
my friend he stopped them, but he normally does them. I couldn't really do them though. 'cause
Yeah,
I
I'm
have some
about to do a
TV.
bunch.
I'm just gonna keep with recording the ends of the race because like I'm on Sling TV because we got rid of normal TV because
You know
it
what I
was just
think
too
would be
expensive.
cool?
So
You know what
I'm
I
like a
think would
minute
fix
behind.
NASCAR? If for some of these tracks where dirty air is a really big issue, like Michigan, Pocono, Texas. I mean, I saw Nico Rosberg talk about this in an F1 video of how he wants to improve F1, and I liked what he had to say. The cars, they could be slightly raised up just a little bit, and when they're in the dirty air, they'd have some kind of system when they get into a corner that would lower the car down and give it more downforce.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
a little bit more. That would be pretty cool, actually. I don't.
Yeah,
That
and
would
I
actually
mean,
work pretty good.
or and if not, they could do some kind of active aero, something that can sensors that can detect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
that's
I
true.
think it would kill some of the smaller teams
Yeah.
because it's so
That's true.
expensive.
The problem is these are really good, but until they get like more sponsorship and stuff like that, get all that sorted out, it probably won't happen because that's basically what it's come
Dude,
to. Like for now, recently, they're basically fighting for sponsorship. Like people like Kyle Larson. I went to Chip Ganassi. Larson is in the air about like what sponsors he's gonna have for the rest of the season. Kyle Larson could possibly be sponsorless for or some races for the rest of 2019. Ross Chastain was unsponsored
yeah,
at
Ross Chastain.
Kentucky. Just seeing drivers like that going sponsorless
Brett
is just
Moffitt was
insane.
unsponsored at.
He won the
Chicago.
race.
Yeah, and he won.
He won the race. And even some races have now lost sponsorship. I think Dover hasn't had one for a while, the playoff race. I think there's another one or two.
There's an Xfinity race too.
I mean, they've got to get some more funding back, and Honda coming in could be really, really good. So
See,
in a
and
few
why
years,
they're,
if they
why
can
they're
get
saying
sponsors
Honda
back.
is because at the Indy 500 there was NASCAR execs that were seen walking into an office with Honda execs and Delara Dallara makes the bodies for the Indy cars. So could we see them making the Cup car bodies in 2021?
I wouldn't mind that. Honda and Nissan, I'd
And
love
I
to see a
mean,
GTR.
And let me tell you, Dallara did a damn good job making the 2018 IndyCar body.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, that racing at every track basically, like the Indianapolis Grand Prix, the worst race of the year easily. They put that 2018 aero on, and like we saw this year, like last lap battle for the win.
Yeah, that is true. So hopefully they can just get like sponsorship and stuff sorted out. They can start expanding more, because I'd say that's probably the biggest thing holding them back is just the sponsorship, because expanding out
Right.
what they need to do really.
Yeah, and that's why they're trying to go back to their roots.
Hmm. I do like that though. Like, see, if we were to see Nashville or Rockingham, even if it's just truck or Xfinity, that would be amazing. Cause
Yeah,
like
that'd be
I've
good.
started watching in 2014, so I never got to see them
okay,
race there. But
they
I
have
look back
to,
at races.
They have to get a good
show
crowd.
up to the track if you get a full crowd at a truck race, that you can tell there's something about
Yes.
it. Like Rockingham, they got a full crowd for a truck race. That
But
never happens.
The truck race is
Exactly.
actually like the truck series is really good this year.
Yeah, the
It
truck
always
races
is.
have been amazing. Yeah, truck series, Xfinity. I don't know about Xfinity because it's just reminding me of last year. Like
Yeah, it's just
the
the big three. Watch
Yeah,
like
that's
Brandon
something
Jones
I-
win the
I mean,
championship.
other than the drivers, I think that's the perfect amount of downforce, like the perfect car, Xfinity, because they can race hard, and then there's also those races, there's dominance, because you need that. There's always gonna be that in
Yes,
sports,
that is true.
but
I think something else they should do is get rid of winning your grand, or at least nerf it or something, so that like
what they
people
could do
like
if they want to do this, football style playoffs, then make it like football, right? Halfway point of the season, the drivers have shown, that they're contenders. They can be locked in seeds, and the rest of them all have to fight for their spots.
Yeah, I like to see that as well. That kind of help it as well. So it's like not, even if they don't do that, something like get rid of winning your in completely, or something like win but have to be top 18 or top 20 in points, so that people like and no offense Chris Buescher, but so someone like Chris Buescher doesn't get lucky and make the playoffs and take
Or
away a
if
spot
Justin
from
Haley
certain
was
people.
running
I
for
mean, no
Cup points.
disrespect to him. I mean, he's running great this year, but if
Yeah,
he
he's
wins,
amazing.
he just doesn't deserve the spot because I mean, he's right there. He's right.
Here's
real
what they
close
should
to
do with the
top 20.
playoffs. They should.
I think he can race his way in, but it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, here's what they should do with the playoffs. They should make it no more winning get in, and make it like 10 drivers, and then like the same elimination type thing.
They could do 10, 7. Wait,
10, 8, 6, 4.
What was the system they had for like 2007,
Yeah.
8, like when Stewart won his championship? I can't remember the system they had.
It's
was like
just
something.
they reset the points for the top 10 or the top 12, and then they just like kept racing with the points reset.
Yeah,
See,
that
I
was
mean-
something like that'd be pretty cool as well, because then it still kind of keeps it more competitive. So that way, it's like also someone like, let's say Chris Buescher in 2016, he would have won like Charlotte and Dover or something like that. He somehow got wins to make his way to the Final Four. Having something like that where like they take the top 16 or top 12 or whatever, and then just reset the points, but have them battle it out for the championship for points. That'd be pretty cool as well, because then if it still comes down to, it still kind of comes down to who's a better driver, but also it's not like one driver wins the championship 12 races before the season ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they need to find a way to make it different than what we have now, but also make the title race come down to the last. Make the title come down to the last race.
Yeah, or maybe something like top
Well,
12
it's
or
still
top
hard to
16
make
points.
the Final Four, because like you have to have all the playoff points.
They
You have to
could
be able to
make
win.
Get rid of playoff points. I will say that. Playoff points, just get them out of here. I don't no more playoff points, please.
I I like what they're trying to do with the playoff points because
Yeah, I like
then
that.
if a driver like
idea is there, it's
crashes
just
or
like-
something that's not their fault, they have something to back up on, that shows how
Yeah.
good they've been through the
It's
season.
like
but-
2015 when
I think for the final four
when
races,
Kenseth wrecked Logano. Logano they didn't do playoff points then, so Logano got
think-
eliminated.
for the
Yeah,
final
that was
four
good, but
races.
also it's kind of like Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano, these guys, they'll have like a 40, 50 point gap to the next driver, and it's kind of like, these guys are going to make it to the Final Four just because of the playoff points. They're about locked
Yeah,
in,
but
basically.
if 3 different drivers all win in the round of 8, then
I think they should just make the title race actually like have the stage points and the actual points you get in the race matter.
yeah,
Now that's something, yeah. That's actually pretty good as
Or
well.
they could make the round of 4 multiple races.
make it like a 2-race
Ooh,
round.
yeah, and like most of the points after that, that's also pretty good. Like, they really just need to try to experiment with some of this stuff. That's kind of hard to experiment with, but like just doing
See, and I think to do it, we need more exhibition races to experiment with
100%.
these things.
give us some
Yeah.
more. Get
I mean,
get
all we
throw them
have
up there,
right now
Canadian
is the
Tire.
All-Star race. Like the
Throw
All-Star
the All
race.
Star
Bring 'em
race
to-
around. I'll
bring 'em
say
to
this: throw
Canadian
the All Star
Tire.
race around.
Bring them to Canadian Tire in the middle of
I mean,
winter.
the All-Star race, they basically tried something for this year's car last year, and then something for next year's car, I assume, which is the
The
carbon
21
fiber
car.
and the
That should be. That'll probably be a Gen 7.
the hood vent. The hood vents I like because it
And the All Star race was really good.
they can kind of
Yeah.
follow they can follow each other in the dirty air, and because the engine's gonna be cooler, they can run harder.
Yes, the hood vents were really good. That seemed to work as well. And I think do something like they originally had, where they originally had the Winston. It was kind of like where they would move it around track to track, but no one really liked that. I think with the way stuff's going, it'd be cool to see it moved around. Like put the All-Star race somewhere like Eldora or Canadian Tire, or even just a different regular track like Martinsville or Bristol.
Yeah,
Just
like
move it around
change the
some.
playoffs races each year.
Yeah, change playoff races each year is another idea. I like change like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
So
or like
Yeah.
change them every
I mean,
2
don't
years.
change them too much because you need some of those races in there.
yeah, not too much, like just 1 or 2.
Well, like if you have the same tracks in the round of 8 every year, then like certain drivers will be better at those tracks and will always make the final.
You need at least 2 of each type of track in chase.
Well,
I think.
what they're doing like
I
with,
think the round of 12 is good.
what they're doing with the
'cause-
playoffs like this year, that they put like 1 of each type of track in the round.
Yes,
Like-
I like that.
Like the
Mhm.
first round has like a short track, the Roval, and
I
mile and a
would
half.
like to see Watkins Glen get a chase race.
Yes,
But
and
then
here's what they
again,
should
you
do:
gotta
put
think it's
Sonoma in
September.
spring.
Dude, Sonoma, I mean, sure it has
been
all
boring
this
the last couple
history,
years.
but like, it needs to go. The track is too narrow. That's its issue.
That's true. It's like if they have to get rid, they probably will get rid of
And
it.
I
But I
mean,
still
I
think
don't
while they
know
still
about
have it,
I don't know about you, but there's road course knocking on the door over in Texas, Circuit of the Americas.
They need to run the
Yes.
Roval at Sonoma.
Mm, the Circuit of the Americas, we
drag
also have
strip.
a short circuit, so
run the
Yes,
drag strip at
Yes,
Sonoma.
we need to have a NASCAR drag race.
oh
Yeah,
god.
that'd be awesome.
NASCAR,
No, I think
NASCAR
if they get rid of Sonoma, or whenever they do get rid of Sonoma, and it wouldn't surprise me to see
You know-
Circuit of Americas replace it. Put it in the springtime. Let him race with the grass grown. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I think the issue though is that there's going to be rain, and the track's already bad enough.
No, who
No,
cares? Throw him out
in the
there.
grass.
Rain
Right.
will actually make it a good race, though.
I
Possibly,
think
yeah.
it'll just end up like Mid Ohio.
Mid Ohio is normal. I kind of like Mid Ohio.
Mid Ohio's
just-
okay. I think it's just too flat.
Yeah, that'll be true. That is true. And then Road America is really good as well. Normally, like I liked that. I wouldn't mind seeing cover Road America because
Yeah.
Xfinity
Right.
races have been pretty
Hey
good.
guys,
Like,
I
Yeah,
hate
they're really
to-
good
so
I hate
many
to
road
cut you guys
courses.
short and all that, but I gotta go.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm about
let's
to get
just
up
do
on
a
this as
race
well.
picks for New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, race picks
Kevin
first.
Harvick, or Kyle Busch.
You know, I
think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I think my man is going to come from the back to win the race. Denny Hamlin is going to get his what is it? Third win, fourth win? I don't know how many
Third, I
wins.
think. Pretty sure it's
Win
third.
of 2019.
Yeah, third one.
I think Kevin Harvick is gonna finally. I think Kevin Harvick's gonna be able to tie Spire Motorsports and Justin Haley for amount of wins this year in New Hampshire, because he normally runs good there. So I think he's gonna hold the lobster at the end and finally get Stuart Haas Racing as many wins as Spire Motorsports has.
I think Martin Truex Jr. will win this race.
With that would be his first win at
Quinhoff
right?
wins.
Quinhoff wins.
Quinhoff. He
the
wins in New
all-powerful-
Hampshire.
The all-powerful Spire Motorsports.
Oh no, though. I think if we do have a surprise winner, it's gonna be Benedetto.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be. Or
No.
like Larson.
There's 3 drivers I think are gonna have a real good shot, and it's gonna be Hamlin, Benedetto, and Elliott. I don't think any of the SHR cars are gonna be good enough.
I don't know. I think Harvick though, because we know Harvick's good there. He's won there a lot. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. If I had to choose 3 drivers, that'd be my 3: Harvick,
There's
Busch,
some guys-
Hamlin.
There's some guys wrecking in practice, so there might be more like wrecks in this race than usual.
Hopefully, because it's like normally. I don't know why. I've never really liked New Hampshire. It's pretty good, but I've just never really
I love
cared
the
too
speed they
much.
run with that 750 horsepower tall spoiler. They're breaking
That would be
records.
Do you remember the spoilers? I think it was NASCAR 14. The Toyotas had like the ridiculous oversized spoiler for some reason.
Yeah.
It was huge, and then everyone else's was like normal.
Dude,
Run that spoiler
I
next.
can't wait for Watkins Glen. They're gonna be flying around that place, probably like 106s, 107s.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my picks. I'm gonna go, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna
waiting
end
for
it.
Watkins Glen to pull a roll. Like someone loses or locks their brakes up going into one and takes out the whole field
Run
into
the
one.
Keselowski, like, I'm not gonna lift.
Keselowski, I'm not gonna lift anymore. Okay, let's see how that works at Watkins Glen.
Arca
See you
brakes
guys.
in turn 1.
Yes.
Alright, see you
Oh.
guys. I'm gonna.
All right, we
end the
will
stream.
see you for the next.